Happy New Year, everybody. You know what this means. Time to break out some coffee. Lots and lots of coffee. Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to my top 10s list. So today's top 10 list I'll be doing today is my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2022. And before I get into this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So probably my favorite thing to do at the beginning of each year is to do my top 10 most anticipated movies list. And this year in 2022, we got a lot of interesting movies coming out this year. So I'm really excited to share with you guys some of my most anticipated movies for 2022. But before we get into that, here are a few disclaimers. First off, this list is based off of my personal opinion. So there might be some movies on this list that you guys might not agree with, or there might be some movies that are missing from this list that you guys think I should have added. Number 2, there's a chance that some of these movies might end up being delayed. So if that's the case, you might see some of the movies on this list end up on next year's most anticipated movies list. And number 3, you may have noticed that there are no animated movies on this list. That's because I have a separate list on my other channel, Animation Bliss, where I list my top 10 most anticipated animated movies for 2022. So if you want to check out my most anticipated animated movies of 2022, check out my second channel, Animation Bliss. And now let's get started. The Northman stars William Dafoe and Anya Taylor-Joy and is directed by Robert Eggers. And the plot synopsis states, a young Viking prince embarks on a quest to avenge his father's murder. Now originally this movie wasn't going to be on my most anticipated movies list for 2022. It was originally going to be Batgirl for the number 10 slot, but since I didn't know that much about Batgirl as a movie, I decided to take Batgirl off of this list and replace it with The Northman. And the reason why I'm really interested in this movie is because it's going to be about Vikings and it's going to be about revenge. So I like those two concepts, and it's been a long time since I actually seen a Viking movie in mainstream Hollywood. So I'm really excited to see where they're going to take this story, and the fact that it's directed by Robert Eggers, who also directed The Lighthouse, which is a movie as of this video I haven't seen yet, but I would love to see, has me really excited for this movie. Hocus Pocus 2 stars Sarah Jessica Parker and Kathleen Najimy and is directed by Anne Fletcher. And the plot synopsis states, 3 young women accidentally bring back the Sanderson sisters to modern-day Salem and must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking havoc on the world. So as you guys may have noticed, I am a huge fan of the Hocus Pocus movie. I used to watch that movie a lot when I was a kid, and I still watch it to this very day every October. And if you guys want to check out my review on this movie, it's right here. So when I found out that they were making this long-awaited sequel to this movie, I was beyond excited, because after seeing the ending of the first movie, I wanted to see more from this franchise, and the fact that we're finally getting a sequel after all these years has me really excited. And I like to see where they're going to take the Sanderson sisters in this movie. I like to see how much things have changed in Salem and how the humor is still going to resonate with the humor of the original movie. So I am excited to see all that play out in the sequel. Jurassic World Dominion stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard and is directed by Colin Trevorrow. And as for the plot synopsis, it hasn't been clarified what the plot of this movie is about, but it does take place after the last Jurassic World movie, Fallen Kingdom. So basically whatever happened at the end of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, we might have a good idea what the plot for the third movie is going to be. I'm really excited for this movie because so far I've really been enjoying the Jurassic World movie series. I really enjoyed the movie Jurassic Park, and I thought that Jurassic World was a pretty good film. And even though Fallen Kingdom wasn't as strong as Jurassic World, I was still blown away by the ending, and I can't wait to see how they're going to wrap up the ending to that film in this film. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Jurassic World Dominion. Nope stars Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya and is directed by Jordan Peele. And as of this video, the plot of the film hasn't been revealed yet, so we're not sure what this film is really all about. So why is this film on my list to begin with? Well, it's directed by Jordan Peele. I love watching Get Out, and Get Out has become one of my all-time favorite horror films right alongside The Shining. So because of that, I was looking forward to watching another movie directed by Jordan Peele, and Nope looks like it's going to be a very interesting movie. Like, judging by the poster alone with a cloud having some colorful banners attached to it, it's got me really interested to see what kind of horror story that Nope is going to be. And I'm really excited for this movie. Morbius stars Michael Keaton and Jared Leto and is directed by Daniel Espinosa. And the plot synopsis states, dangerously ill with a rare blood disorder and determined to save others suffering his same fate, Dr. Michael Morbius attempts a desperate gamble. What at first appears to be a radical success soon reveals itself to be a remedy potentially worse than the disease. So Morbius was one of the movies that I constantly talked about in my previous most anticipated movies of the year list, and that's because this movie was constantly being delayed or it wasn't in production by the time I mentioned those movies. So you may have always seen this movie in my previous most anticipated movies of the year list. But hopefully Morbius will come out this year. And the reason why this movie is on my list is because it's a part of the Spider-Man universe in a way, or at least it's a part of the Marvel universe. And I've been looking forward to watching a movie about Morbius for a long time. And the fact that this movie is going to be about Morbius' backstory has me really excited because I want to learn more about this character. And I feel like this film is going to be able to deliver on that. Black Panther Wakanda Forever stars Angela Bassett and Martin Freeman and is directed by Ryan Coogler. And the plot synopsis that's stated so far is a sequel that would continue to explore the world of Wakanda and all the characters introduced in the 2018 film. So not much of a plot synopsis there. The reason why this particular movie is high up on my list is because I love the first Black Panther movie. Like, the first Black Panther movie is probably one of my all-time favorite Marvel movies to date, and I just loved all the characters and the world Wakanda as itself. So when I heard that they're finally making a Black Panther sequel, I was beyond excited. I wanted to see more from this world and see more of these characters. But the reason why this movie is not higher on my list is because in 2020, Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther in the first movie, had tragically passed away. And this was really upsetting to me because I love Chadwick Boseman's performance as Black Panther in the first movie, and the fact that he's not going to be in the sequel does have me a bit saddened at this. But at the same time, I am interested to see what kind of stories they're going to tell about Wakanda as itself and about the rest of the characters. So despite Chadwick Boseman's untimely death, I am still looking forward to this movie, and I still want to see more of the world Wakanda and the characters themselves. Thor Love and Thunder stars Natalie Portman and Karen Gillan and is directed by Taika Waititi. And there is no plot synopsis for this film other than it just states that it's going to be the fourth installment to the Thor movies. And I'm really excited for this movie because I really enjoy Thor Ragnarok, and I thought that it was a really good installment in the Thor movies, because I felt like the first two Thor movies were okay, but I like Thor Ragnarok the best. And I'm really excited to see Taika Waititi come back and direct this movie, and I can't wait to see what this movie is going to be all about. Black Adam stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Pierce Brosnan, and the plot synopsis states, nearly 5,000 years after he was bestowed with the almighty powers of the Egyptian gods and imprisoned just as quickly, Black Adam is freed from his earthly tomb, ready to unleash his unique form of justice on the modern world. So after I saw the movie Shazam years ago, I fell in love with that movie, and I was looking forward to seeing more of Shazam's universe unfold in the cinematic universe. So when I heard that Shazam's foe, Black Adam, was going to make his appearance in the cinematic universe, I was beyond excited. And even more excited when I heard that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was going to be in this movie, and that he was going to portray Black Adam himself. So I'm really looking forward to this movie, and hopefully this movie will come out this year in 2022, because this was a movie that's been mentioned a lot for many years ago, but it never premiered in the cinema. So hopefully this will be the year that Black Adam actually makes his official appearance in the cinema. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stars Ben Schwartz, Jim Carrey, and Idris Elba, and is directed by Jeff Fowler. And the plot synopsis for this film states: when the evil Dr. Robotnik and his sidekick Knuckles make an unexpected visit to Earth on the search for an all-powerful emerald, Sonic joins forces with a new ally named Tails and embarks on a journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. This is seriously one of my most anticipated movies of the year. After I saw that fantastic trailer last year, I was beyond excited for this movie, and I wanted to see more from these characters. And the fact that we're finally getting Tails and Knuckles to make their cinematic debut in this movie alongside Sonic the Hedgehog has got me really excited. Especially since Tails and Knuckles are my all-time favorite characters from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. I can't wait to see what other lore they're going to take from the video games for this movie, and just see how the story progresses in this movie. And I definitely can't wait to see the relationships between Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in this movie. The Batman stars Robert Pattinson and Andy Serkis and is directed by Matt Reeves. And the plot synopsis for this movie states: in his second year of fighting crime, Batman uncovers corruption in Gotham City that connects to his own family while facing a serial killer known as the Riddler. Now, I will admit that number 1 and number 2 were flip-flop for me. Like, I was trying to decide if I should put Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as my most anticipated movie of the year, or The Batman. But I decided to go with The Batman as my most anticipated movie of the year, because I'm a bigger Batman fan than I am of a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. But still, I'm really excited for this movie because it's all about Batman. I love Batman. He's one of my all-time favorite superheroes, and it's great to see another solo film for Batman and to see how he fits into the DCEU. And I'm really interested in seeing how Robert Pattinson tackles Batman as a character. It seems like an interesting choice to cast Robert Pattinson as Batman, but I am excited to see how he's going to portray Batman in this movie. And the fact that this movie is going to be based off of The Long Halloween, which is one of my all-time favorite stories from the comics, has me really excited, because that means that we'll be able to see more of a detective side of Batman that we haven't seen in the previous movies before. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that's why The Batman is my most anticipated movie of the year. So those are my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2022, and tell me in the comments down below, what movies are you looking forward to the most in 2022? And what are some movies that I didn't mention on this list that you want to mention? Please feel free to comment down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later.